trying to figure this out for like over an hour. That's not including if I have to shave or, do any other things. So when I actually had my hair done, it saved me so much time and effort and money that I was just like, wow, this is incredible. So now that I figured that out, I'm sure I'll have more time to do stuff. But yeah, and so when I had my hair get done, it actually allowed me a lot of time to do my own makeup. But yeah, my handler did it, and it was his first time ever really doing hair. And he's not a real big fan of hair, at least not at first, because he's just not a fan of doing things he's not ever sure he's ever done. But like, yeah, I was like, no, you need to do this for the Leia. There's no way around this. We're running out of time. And he said, okay. And so he did it, and he did it like perfect. It was so good. People actually thought that it was like a wig. I'm like, no, that's actually my natural hair. It's just really, really long. And they're like, wow. They were impressed. And for my Princess Leia cosplay, I actually had to hand select every single shade of makeup from Ulta to make sure I had the exact look of Carrie Fisher in A New Hope from Star Wars. Because she doesn't have like a regular normal makeup job. No, she has like a reddish, purplish thing going on. And I literally eyeballed it out, tested it on my end, and I actually had to like mix colors a little bit just to get that perfect look, because it's not just red and purple. There's like this shimmer effect of like this purpley blue shimmer that goes over top that's like almost like a holographic look, a little bit like very faint. And so by the time I got that all done and he did all the hair, and I had him help me get the outfit on, because it's not easy to like put these things on, I looked exactly like Carrie Fisher in A New Hope. And when I went there, everybody was like, wow. And I was surprised that people were like noticing me. I did a round of applause, and thank you for the round of applause. Huh?
You got a round of applause.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got a round of applause. I saw he was doing this. I was like, yeah, I know. I actually went on my way there. I had people like that actually saw me, and they all clapped. I had like 20 people clapping as I walked by, and they were cheering me on. And then I had people coming up to me, and they were like, thank you so much for doing this cosplay. You really captured Carrie Fisher in like her best moment. They're like, we envision her not exactly as the slave Leia. We envision her as the look that you portrayed today, and you really helped to honor her. And that was the point of doing her cosplay in general. It was to bring light to the fact that Carrie Fisher was a wonderful young lady, and she was, I mean, even in her older age, she was a really nice lady, and she did a really, really good job playing Leia, and she really captured what it meant to be a strong and powerful but sexy and beautiful, classy young lady in the role that she played in as Princess Leia, and I loved it. I thought she was wonderful, and I wanted to sort of commemorate her or honor her, so to speak, by being here for Megacon. And I actually was surprised that outfit actually got me the most attention. And the reason why is because I thought that everybody was going to be that, like, or everybody would want to be her. But I was like the only one that day, at least. I actually only saw one other girl dressed as Leia, and that was the same girl on Saturday and Sunday. And even she didn't even look as close as I did, and she didn't get the attention I did. And as a matter of fact, there was this picture of a Jawa. Not a picture. There was a cosplay of a Jawa holding BB-8, like an actual full-scale BB-8 that moved and was animated in like a little net. And I went up to, and there was like 6 people crowded around taking pictures of the Jawa. And I went up to the Jawa as Princess Leia, and I was like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And all of a sudden, 20 cameras came out at the exact time, taking pictures of me. I was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Hey," I wasn't mad. I was just like, "Wow, that's a lot of people." But I mean, like, I even knew, even as a little girl, I had people telling me like, "Oh yeah, you really, really look like Carrie Fisher and Princess Leia. You should like do that costume." And for a long time, I actually really wanted to. I really loved her, and I liked Padme as well because I kind of look like them both. If you see me in the right like the right outfit, I can actually pull off both. And I've thought about doing Padme as well, and I actually have decided that I'd like to do more of Princess Leia, and that will need like a lot of Patreon support. So if any of you want to donate through Patreon to me and support me, I will definitely be able to push out more Princess Leia content and Padme as well, because it's expensive. It's cost consuming and time consuming to do this. The outfit, I mean, like literally when I did Princess Leia's costume, it cost me a lot of money, and I'm not gonna like mention it, but the costume alone for her was hundreds of dollars to do. And that's not including makeup or anything else. And the makeup, like, I didn't even have anything in any of my palettes like I had. Like, I'm the type of person that likes the color purple for eyeshadow, and not even the color purple that I had could pull it off alone. I ended up using some of it for it, but like the shades that she wore on her eyes, they couldn't be manipulated. It's not like you could just throw on pink or red and be like, "Yeah, I'm Princess Leia." No, I wanted to capture the exact look of her. I wanted to be her in that look. And to do that, you needed to have the right tools, the right makeup. You needed all this stuff. And I did it, and I pulled it off, and it was great. I had done, so like Thursday I was supposed to do Misty as a cosplay, and I actually had all of that all planned out already. We had everything set up for that. But my handler had decided that he wanted to leave for Megacon the same day that Megacon started. And he was like, "Yeah, we'll just be a little bit late." No, we left, and we ended up getting there 10 minutes before the closing day on Thursday. I was pissed. Very, very angry. Why was I angry? Because it took me a lot of time. It took me months to prepare for just Missy's costume alone, because you can't just grab a yellow shirt and shorts. No, it's not how it works. You have to have the exact shirt or something that's the exact shade of the shirt that looks similar to it. You have to have even the shoes. I was looking for like the best match to her shoes. I was looking for the exact specs. And to find those exact things are not easy. And I know people are like, "Well, it'd be fine. I can find it red, yellow." No, not how it works. Just try it and you'll see. And as a matter of fact, after several hours, days, and weeks, months looking for this stuff, I told my handler, I'm like, "You find it." Because, like, he didn't understand, because he's fairly new to this, that the process of looking for these things is like looking for a needle in a haystack. It's intensively time consuming, and it's exhausting and aggravating. So when I was not able to go to the full day or even half the day on Thursday, I was really mad. And I was really hoping I could do it, but, I got over it a little bit when I was able to meet Ian, because, it just made up for the whole thing. And he also, helped me get some stuff, my handler, that helped make the trip memorable. So I can't hate him for it, but my advice to you is that that you don't leave the same day of the event. That's just stupid. I get it. You all have work. Take off time. I mean, we paid for the trip like 4 months ahead of time, but don't leave the day of the event. Leave a day before. Get there, settle in, sleep, recover, and go the next day. That way you're not pressured. In fact, if you could stay a full week, I'd encourage it, because then you can enjoy it at the fullest potential it is, and make sure, because what if you actually need something, you know? So that was the other thing. So my handler was like, a lot of the stuff that was necessary for these cosplays, like for example the makeup, we didn't have. Like, I checked all my palettes and I'm like, okay, we have this and this, but we don't have 5 other things plus those tools to do them. I'm like, we have to go and get this done. And then, like, for example, for the Princess Leia shoes, I'm like, do you have the shoes that is necessary for the event? And he said, he's like, yeah, I got it. I'm like, okay. And then I find out at the last second that, because my shoe size is a 9.5, but I always do a 10 just to have room. He bought 11. So when he bought the 11, I had also told him, buy a specific boot that look like her shoes, and then like buy an insert. So I bought like some gel insert that had like 0 support in it. And so I was like pissed. I said, why didn't you buy this other one? He goes, oh, because I thought that was only for other boots, like for winter boots. I'm like, no, this is for every shoe. He's like, well, I'm sorry, but you know, it was aggravating because and I'm complaining for a reason here. Because I want you to realize that when you do things like this, when you're preparing for a trip where you're going out of town and you're getting a hotel, that when you're not prepared for your trip, you're spending more time traveling to go to other places to get these things than you are to go out to the trip that you wanted to go on. And that causes you to lose money on something you're not even being able to experience to the fullest potential. And that's why it's important that you don't do this. So like I said, you need that extra day so you can go out and buy whatever you need or whatever you forgot. And so for us, we went and bought this, like we had to go like 30 minutes out of our way, because with the traffic in Orlando, no matter what time you went, even if it was 7 minutes away, it turned out to be a 30-minute drive in one direction. That's not counting back on it. And so, like, we had to actually figure out. So I wanted to get UGG inserts, which are not that expensive, not that bad, because I wanted them because they're really, really comfortable. And he said, okay, well, you have to go to like this outlet mall for it. And I said, okay. And we had to drive there, and we spent like just 10-15 minutes alone just looking for a parking spot. And then when we got there, we got the inserts, and even then they didn't even fully fill the size 11 shoe. And these inserts are great because you can remove them from one shoe to the next. And when we try to use them, we were also supposed to put them in the shoes that I had for Skyrim. But when we tried to put them in those Skyrim boots, the boot was so tight that you couldn't fit anything in it. So, like, there you go. Like, you gotta be able to try these things on ahead of time and make sure they fit. But I'd say so and then you gotta spend hours. It's almost better, if you just buy this all ahead of time and have a handler and a makeup artist and a hairstylist all with you. Then you can really experience it to the max. But if you're trying to save a penny here, I would suggest bringing a friend, sharing the room if you can deal with them. and then having each other help each other and spend an extra day so you don't have to rush home. And then another thing about Megacon is that I like is that because I didn't get to tell you all the things I like. I like the fact that there's a lot of people there that are willing to befriend each other. They're being nice, they're social, they're kind. It's a nice experience because you get to connect and make friends. It's probably the best thing about it. I know, and the outfits are all really good. Occasionally you see some outfits that are like, but most of them are really, really nice. You're running into people that take it seriously, and you're running into photographers, which in fact I'm looking for a professional photographer. So if you know any, please let me know. But yeah, we had Geico there sponsoring it. There was Stanley that was there. You had a bunch of like cool souvenirs that were really nice, like all the llamas and bunny stuffed animals, and there is like millions and millions and millions of comics that were available. So if you wanted a comic, I'm sure you could find it there. Although I haven't read comics in a long, long time because my mom actually took my comics and threw them out, even though some of the comics that I own were antiques and worth like hundreds of dollars. But yeah, she the event was a lot of fun. I saw some really cool outfits. I think one of the coolest ones I saw other than the Blossom was there was this guy that was dressed as Doc Ock from Spider-Man 3. He had prosthetic arms and legs for it, and then he had these things that looked like those, I don't know if they're called conductor tubes, but they're from like those things you see in air conditioning, those long metal tubes, and then he had little claws at the end, and then he stuck his real arms in those, and he would like squeeze a lever or something, and then the claws on the very tip of those silver foils would snap and stuff, and he was moving them around, and then he was standing on stilts. I was like, holy cow, I didn't see him with a handler at all, but he was like on stilts. And another thing about this, if you want to do a costume contest, look on the website for it. And look hard because apparently they were hiding it. I didn't know that. I think it's kind of stupid, to be honest. Like, I don't know why they didn't make it more apparent. No offense, people at Megacon, but seriously, you need to make it more easier to understand. And so yeah, walk-on portion. And sorry if I'm tired. I got very little sleep this week because, like I said, last minute planning. And literally, like, there were stairs for because I was actually in the walk-on portion of the contest, and so the walk-on portion was only graded by people's applause, and you got a prize if you won or not. And my outfit I used for that day, that was Saturday, was the Nocturnal outfit from Skyrim Elder Scrolls. And the Nocturnal is this deity, so to speak, that the members of the Thieves Guild and other people will worship, and then she'll grant you like powers of like sabotage or whatever. Basically, sneak and all these other skills to help you increase your like thieving ability, like pickpocketing or whatever it is, sneaking, whatever it is that you want to do. And she wore, it was like this black with a slight purplish tint to it, with beautiful like embellishments of like, I don't know if it's called embellishments, I'm like really tired, but like they're like these silver thingies that go everywhere and gold thingies. It was really elegant. It was really revealing though, because it was like V neckline, and when I put the outfit on, I didn't realize how revealing it was until like I actually got there. And so like luckily I had like a black mini skirt that I put on underneath that was like perfect, and then I wore this cream color bra that was like a skin color looking that wasn't quite close to my fair skin, but it was enough to be not so noticeable. But the whole time I was walking around, I was like afraid that like my boob was gonna pop out or something. So I'd always keep it in check. Luckily, that bra is really, really good. It's a Victoria's Secret, so you know everything stays in place. But I was worried that like something would happen, and so I think I might do something like somebody recommended doing like some ice skating type of mesh to put between each side, so that way it just prevents your boobs from popping out. And then yeah, I went on the stage, and I kind of like did a mashup of the outfit, because you can wear that outfit as a Dragonborn in the game if you're doing the downloadable content, like the mod. The downloadable content meaning the mod, not like the Hearthfire or whatever. And I did that. I got this outfit, and I decided to do the phrase "Skyrim belongs to the Nords," and like I just screamed it when I did it, and everyone was like, "Yeah!" when I did it at the like costume contest. It was really awesome. And it was mainly guys that were cheering, because you could just hear the "yeah!" It was like quite different from the like girls screaming from Ian. And I think that's because like I guess a lot of the girls that are there haven't played Skyrim or something, so they didn't really recognize that it was a nocturnal. The nocturnal is like that deity, like I said. And so all the guys got in there cheer really, really loud. And I was very, very happy, because there was like another girl in the contest who was fairly near me in the line, and she had done something she had worked hard on, but not many people cheered for her. And I think it was because, I mean, they cheered, but not a whole lot. And I think the reason why they didn't cheer a lot was because like the outfit that she chose was something that was chosen by multiple people in the con. So it was kind of like getting old, just like, I don't know, like you were just seeing a lot of duplicates of something like her. And she was really, really pissed off, because her outfit, she like worked really hard on collecting all the parts for. She wasn't all that nice though. I tried to befriend her, and she was just kind of irritated that I was talking to her. But it was like, why are you irritated? Like, I'm trying to like get to know you. And then somebody's like, well, because you're her competition. But it's like, I don't know why they have to take it that way, you know? Because essentially you can befriend each other and help each other grow to become better cosplayers. But that's okay. I killed her with kindness. And there was another person that was cosplaying as a Luigi mashup of Luigi and Princess Peach. So he had the dress of Princess Peach on, but he had the face and everything of Luigi. And every time I walked by, I went, hoo-hoo! And he'd look at me when he said it, he goes, hoo-hoo! Like, every time. I thought it was like really funny. But yeah, so I got his like info and other people's info. And I met Felicia Day, which was really awesome. This is actually, let me see if I got her autograph. I'm like a little bit, I'm really tired. I haven't gotten much sleep. Yeah, I got her autograph with my name on it and everything. She was really, really nice. And I was surprised to see how little she was. She's really, really, really pretty though. She had like this really, really beautiful long hair, or well, reasonably long hair. I meant to say red hair. And she was really nice. I told her about my YouTube channel, and she was like, "Oh, that's impressive that you know you role played and you did all that." And she said, "Never give up on your dreams." And she was really, really nice about it. And she took a selfie with me, which will be on, well, it should be already on my Facebook page. By the way, if you see anybody you know in my pictures, you're more than welcome to go to my fan page and just like tag whoever it is that's in the picture. I'll be more than happy to allow that. But yeah, and there was a lot to see. There was a lot of there was another famous cosplayer there. I forgot her name. She was Oriental, and her cosplays were quite beautiful. I was surprised. The one thing that really got me with this con was like how many like skinny people there were. I was so surprised that they lost like a lot of weight like that. Just for the con or for whatever. Like they had like these really perfect bodies, and it was really hard to like compete with, I felt. But I will work at it and try to do my best. But yeah, with that said, I'm gonna like go sleep because I'm like really exhausted and I'm finally home now. And I could go on and on about Megacon for a while. All I could say is that it's really worth going to. As to take my advice, if you can. And if you go to the Orlando Convention Center, pick something like the Hilton or the Hyatt. That way you have an actual walkway right from the hotel to there, because drive time is going to be a madhouse. And, but at any rate, we'll talk about Megacon at another time. This is Empress Luna Frost signing out. Thank you guys for coming. Bye.